What I'd like to talk to you all about this evening is just to inform you about the positive and negative effects of non tobacco delivery systems. While these may be less harmful than the traditional cigarettes, um, it is important, some important information concerning them that you might want to know. Now in the 21st century, there are plenty of evidence about the harmful effects of using tobacco products, whether you're smoking cigarettes, using the smokeless tobacco that you put in your cheeks or your snuff. We all know now that does lead to long-term respiratory problems, high blood pressure, especially lung cancer, the number one uh, the most common type of cancer that we have here in the U.S. Um, while tobacco products have a lot of known carcinogens in them, the main substance that people that use cigarettes are addicted to is the nicotine. Nicotine is what they get that good feeling from. So now, what's become very popular here in the last 10 years here in the 21st century is these smokeless non-tobacco delivery systems where you can still obtain your nicotine if you desire without all those harmful carcinogens, which are cancer causing agents that are in tobacco products. Some of the questions that I have, and maybe you may have as well, is that what actually is in these products? Um, do you get the same feeling from these products that you do get from tobacco products? And the ingredients that's in the non-tobacco delivery systems, how do they affect the body? And what is the effect in the short term and the long term? Uh, Here in the 21st century, we are using, well, a lot of people are using these electronic cigarettes, or electronic vapor delivery systems that have holding tanks for you to put your desired liquid in. Now, the ingredients in these uh, vaporized products, nicotine, which we all know that that is the substance that people are addicted to the most. Something called pro, propo, propylene glycol. This is a base, kind of like a sugar alcohol base used to help deliver the nicotine, for the nicotine to be submerged in so that you can ingest that by the ways of vapor. Also included it is vegetable glycerin, and this is like a vegetable oil that it can be used for consumption, and it can be used on the skin for a moisturizer. And of course, that good old H2O water is in there, and different food flavorings. You know, you have them so that they taste a certain way. They may taste like banana pudding, or they may taste like cereal. It may taste like coconut, and all different types of flavors that they have. How does the user feel and what do they get out of these products? Well, if they have nicotine, obviously they get that feeling of mental clearing and mental focus and calming effects that the nicotine gives. But you do not have to have nicotine in those. You can use these vaporizing products without nicotine. So what the user may get out of that is just that habit that has been formed from puffing on the cigarette, that the hand to mouth movement habit, and you still will be able to get that from using the electronic cigarettes and vaporizing delivery systems. Now, how do these ingredients affect the body? Well, of course, nicotine substance is still discolors your teeth, stains your teeth. It still distorts your taste buds, just a gustatory system, and your sense of smell, the olfactory senses. It still constrict your blood vessels. So in that way, if you're using nicotine in these devices, you have the same effects that the nicotine would have in the tobacco. Secondly, we know from evidence over several years that secondhand smoke is harmful to the person that is not smoking but is near in the same closed off area as someone who's using tobacco. So we do not exactly know what the effects of secondhand inhalation of these vapors are. Um, um, Also, as if the nicotine is in these devices, you can purchase them at so many different places. How do you know how much nicotine that you're actually getting? There is nicotine overdose, so you can get too much nicotine and you can actually die. Um, the PG, which is the propylene glycol, is used in some non-toxic but antifreeze, and is considered safe by the USDA in small quantities, but large quantities could be harmful. And of course, the uh, vegetable glycerin, that is just the oil from a plant, and it's used, like I say, for a lot of things. So possibly that would not have any harmful effects on you. In the short term, nicotine will affect you the same way as it does if you were getting it in a cigarette or a cigar pipe. Of course, it would have that calming effect on your mood because it will increase the levels of your endorphins. It will decrease your appetite and it may increase mental clarity. But also in the long term, if there's nicotine in these devices, it raises your blood pressure and your heart rate. It can irritate your windpipe, that trachea, and your voice box, the larynx. And it may lead to excess mucus in the lung passages, and this could lead to maybe some type of pneumonia or other respiratory problems. So I like to conclude and leave you with, the idea that these non-tobacco delivery systems may be better than smoking traditional cigarettes and cigars, of course, because for the most part, they do not contain the known cancer-causing agents that's in the tobacco products. Also, vaporizers do not contain nicotine. Some people may get a satisfying feeling with just that act habit smoking, and that will keep them from going back to using the harmful cigarettes. But because these systems are fairly new and loosely regulated, the ingredients and the effects, positive or negative, are not really known. So just beware and do diligence when you're using these non-tobacco delivery vaporizing products. All right. Bye bye.